My video for March the 16th, 2019 is video number 3026. The title is God's Forgotten Language, Our Dreams. Wow. Another vivid dream. I can fly. Yes, I've had flying dreams before. In fact, I've had many through the years, though not much lately. They used to come all the time. In this one, God assured me that I would fly again. No, I would not sprout wings. I would simply have the ability to float around in the air. In this dream, I was in a large park. It was like another world. One of my former pastors, Jamie Buckingham, was also in the dream. He stood up for me in the past. The park was like an outdoor cathedral. It was a holy place. I was told the time is not yet, but close. Will humanity be uplifted? Will our lost abilities be restored while we are still embodied in flesh and blood? I'm sure the answer I was given is that we would experience just such a transformation with lost talents, gifts, and abilities restored. What a day, oh glorious day that will be. Yes, I initially had said I'm not sure why Jamie Buckingham was in the dream, but then as I was reflecting before I began the recording, I remembered when I used to carry various signs in his church, which annoyed a lot of people. But Jamie, who was the pastor of the Tabernacle Church in Melbourne, Florida, at that time, of course, he's passed over now, he stood up for me. And I don't remember exactly how long a period of time I actually carried signs into the meeting, but it happened. It was going on for a while anyway. And Jamie was the one who, against the advice of other elders in the congregation and other people in the church, he said, no, leave him alone. And I, in reflecting, appreciate people that allow me to perform what I believe is my mission, to help awaken people to the fact that we are in a time of great change and a new age is being ushered in. We are on the cusp between I think it's Taurus and Aquarius. If I'm not mistaken, they go backwards, not forward. Anyway, in this dream, once again, I could float, and it seemed like it was a long period of time that I was just floating, admiring the beauty of the garden. But there was so much activity. I mean, people were tending to the garden. People were dancing. There was just, it seemed like a celebration, in other words, but it was a celebration outside. I mean, it was in nature. It was connected to the natural world. But there was a transformation. The park, it seemed to me, reflecting on it, that the park was actually a place that had been devastated and totally rebuilt. Now, that could be wrong. That was a recollection after the dream, just as I pondered and looked at it and tried to figure out what it was all about. But the voice in the dream said it's very soon, but not just yet. Now, I'm not sure what that means. I hate the word soon because soon is such a nebulous term. You know, we can't pin anything on an actual date. And we as humans like to think in terms of a set time, but there was no set time. Soon was the answer. And Will the cities be converted into some kind of outdoor cathedrals? Will we be able to worship God again in a natural way and in a nature setting? I wish I could put a date on it. I wish I could know what soon means. I want to be transformed. I've lived my life for that. And I don't care what other people think of me. Well, I do, but I can't let it get to me in such a way that it stops me from doing what I feel I'm here to do. It can't deter me from doing the best I can to complete my mission of announcing the kingdom of heaven on earth. I want my lost talents, gifts, and abilities to be restored. I want to be transformed from the inside out and while still embodied in flesh and blood. I want all of humanity to be given the opportunity to experience life in a world where we are uplifted and not suppressed, where our creative abilities are unleashed and not suppressed. I'm tired of living on a planet that dark forces, evil entities, demons, devils seem to be in control, and so much of humanity seems to have been brainwashed into false beliefs of pitting us against each other instead of helping us work with each other. Yeah, as in the previous video, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Well, I want to get to the place where I can actually start doing things in a new setting with everything restored. Until then, all I can do is envision these things and talk about these things and bring them to people's attention so that we can have a different focus than what we're given in mainstream religion and mainstream news and mainstream politics and all of the all of society's structures, which have been poisoned by the dark forces, by mind control techniques, which is mind control again is government, that means literally mind control. Will there be a new heaven and a new earth? Will the old heaven and the old earth be transformed? That's what I believed to be my mission. And I hold on to that with great hope still, and with the expectation that my life will not have been lived in vain, that I will actually, in the flesh, see the fulfillment of these promises. I sure want God's forgotten language to become the language of humanity, where it's no longer forgotten, where our dreams are no longer in some netherworld, but where they manifest here and now in a 3D physical world, even if it's glorified bodies. They're still bodies. They're not just spirits that float. And I'm not sure what that even means, but I threw it in. Anyway, folks, I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to my videos. And I pray that we will experience real change in the very near future. Thank you for listening, and namaste.